Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you.
Now, the fire marshal doesn't allow me to light fires here, so you'll have to pretend there's a fire. Thanks, guys. Good job. So, happy birthday.
Loree, I'm really excited to have you with us on Focus 4. And you know what? One of the things we talk about in Focus 4 is having God at work and how He works through guests and how that encourages people. And I know that one of the things that God has called you to do is write fictions. And I think you have a couple fiction novels over there.
Yes, which if you'd like, I'll give them to you and you can take them with you.
Oh, that'd be great.
If you want to just that way, if you skim them a little bit before
our interview for next week, then I can kind of know like your writing style and things. And I know that you had told me earlier that God really has moved on your heart to write fiction to reach this generation. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Because I think that they're going to be learning.
Oh, okay. I'll get it over to Tim's friend. Huh?
Oh, it's not for him. It's for Marcus's Magical Christmas. I saw how hard you were working trying to get Christmas toys for all the kids, so I wanted to help.
Oh, Sam, you didn't have to do this. I mean, you can't be making much to be spending on toys.
Oh, I don't mind. Besides, I told my dad about it, and he gave me some money.
Our patient load is 2-10 plus 5, including a critically ill infant going for cardiac surgery.
Captain Barb Gibbons has been a registered nurse for over 10 years, but in all her years caring for patients, she never imagined she'd be taking it to this level.
I'm a flight nurse in the Air Force Reserve. Our mission, to save lives. Whether it's transporting injured soldiers or assisting a civilian in need of critical care, we're ready. I know being a flight nurse is a part-time job, but it's a full-time experience.
And it's one of many exciting careers in the Air Force Reserve. Call 800-257-1212. Air Force Reserve, above and beyond.
Hey, you don't want to be like all of us right here in His Place? I know we're live right now, and you can have your very own His Place mug and your very own 12 ounces of His Place Special Blend coffee. Now, this coffee, not only when you give a donation to Cornerstone Television of $37 or more, this coffee impacts the world. It helps children around the world through our Hope Connection and also helps us continue to bring the good news and helps you to be a part of the His Place family. So go to hisplace.tv, donation of $37, and you can change the world.
Oh no, it's back! Shut the door! Shut the door! Not again! It's too big to stop! I can't keep it out! More rain! I can't stop weeping! My friend down the street got drained, braced, and waterproofed from J&D Waterproofing. He has a whole new lease on life.
Basement water problems? Don't cry. Call 1-800-VERY-DRY. Oh, that can't be good. Call J&D Waterproofing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some great Christmas music? We have all the way from down south where it's a little bit warmer. Is it a little bit warmer? Not much. Not much. David Edwards is with us, and he's going to do a song for us called The Gift of Love. Give it up for David. Woo!
We were in mourning, covered in our sin. We cried for mercy on all the breaks within, needing forgiveness. You made provision, and you are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces, till you came, Jesus. And you are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus, gift of love. You pierced our darkness with your precious life. You brought us comfort in a flood of light, a fountain opened, white as the ocean. And you are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus. You are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus, gift of love. God's word made flesh and dwelt among us. Emmanuel, come live within us. 'Cause you are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus. You are the gift that changed the world. The Father's love sent down to heal. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus, gift of love. We were in pieces till you came, Jesus, gift of love. Gift of love.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great. You know, now I know you guys both have a heart for reaching this generation, this young generation coming up. Part of the reason why I created this cafe was so that I could reach the 20-somethings. So how you guys figure out a way to do it?
I don't think there's a one thing size fits all, but down in Trafford about 7 or 8 years ago, I personally, I'm more of a relational person. I don't feel that my best talents are the traditional youth pastor where you get up and speak on a Sunday or a Wednesday all the time. I like the time where you can sit around and talk just like this and be able to get to know some people. So God laid to my heart as part of who I am, my personality, a while back about an opportunity to start a teen center where I can have the opportunity and volunteers can have the opportunity to have more interaction with teenagers other than just a Wednesday night. That's one of the things about youth ministry at church. Sometimes you get so focused on the Wednesday night and you don't see them till the next Wednesday.
They're really looking for more of a relationship. Yeah. I mean, as much as we may complain about these kids not having a focus or what they're really looking for, they've grown up in the age where both the parents have had to work. So they're not around like David and my parents were around, or at least our moms were around when our dads were working and things like that. But this generation hasn't had their parents around, so that relationship thing is really something that's very important.
Yeah, even I growing up, my parents were both there. And a lot of what you see today, not just generalizing, but a lot of what you see in teenagers' lives are one-parent families, and they're struggling to get by, or a one-parent family and the parent's not really there anyway. So just trying to figure out ways to be part of a teenager's life and more than just a Wednesday night. We tried starting this teen center this last year where we're opening up on a Wednesday after school up until through our youth service until that's over, where they have an opportunity for right now. They can come in, they can hang out. and just do homework if they want to, that we have computers they can get on. We're really in the process of trying to expand on it every year. So it's an opportunity for the kids to come in just to hang out. One of my favorite things, you weren't there, but one of my favorite things...
Is it David not being there was one of your favorite things?
Yeah, that's a side note. But one of my favorite things is just sitting down with teenagers and just talking. A couple weeks ago, I just had an opportunity just to sit down and play. It's going to sound weird, but sit down and play Uno on a Wednesday before our youth service with about 3 or 4 different teenagers, and just the interaction that we were able to have. To me, that was one of my favorite moments in the past few months, is just the interaction, because playing games, you're fooling around, but you really get to talk to them and get to know them a little bit. So we're trying to spread out beyond just a traditional Wednesday night youth service. We're trying to get more influence in the teenagers' lives, an opportunity to just to be there for them when they're going through the good times and in the bad times. So.
What's your long-term goal with this? I mean, I know you've got, basically what you've done is you've gone to your church and said, listen, give me the fellowship hall.
Yeah.
Let me have the fellowship hall, and I'll make it a place where teens can come, where they can feel safe, where they can feel like they've got a place where they can come. They're not going to get badgered, but they're going to see Jesus in us. They're going to see an opportunity.
Birthday cake to go with your coffee.
Free birthday.
Yeah. You have to pay for the coffee, but the refills are free.
Oh, thank you.
Too bad it's not the other way around.
How did you get into fiction writing? I mean, that must have been quite a calling for you.
Well, it started with nonfiction, writing articles, and then I decided that I was going to switch over to fiction when just some newspapery things started happening, and I wasn't happy with the average.
You actually wrote some reality.
Yes.
And then you had enough of that and you wanted to go into fiction.
It helped. It actually helped teach me how to write well, so that I could make a story happen from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote these for a while, and then I decided, I got a letter from a little girl in Pennsylvania who was 13, who told me that her parents had been divorced, her grandparents had been divorced, her aunt and I think she had 2 aunts living with her at the time, and she just didn't believe in a happy ending for her life.
Wow.
So she read one of the books she found in her girlfriend's house, which was Priscilla Heiser's husband, and that had a happy ending. And she went and looked for some more by me and other authors.
Okay.
And then she decided, I'm going to church. When she wrote me this letter, it dawned on me, I have a mission. I'm not cut out to go into the jungles and, canoes and, with snakes and bugs and all that sweat and icky stuff.
Yeah.
But I could do this. I could absolutely do this and reach young people and help them realize that if they're with the Lord, they can have a happy ending, fairy tale ending romance. And
That's exactly the kind of stories we like to hear on Focus 4, because, not everybody is called to the jungles, or not everybody is called to Africa or other countries. They might have something right from their own house that they can do, right from their computers. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that people respond to the gospel, and we need to find ways to do that. So that's really interesting that a 13-year-old was able to find the truth in a fiction novel.
That 13-year-old went on to grow up and get married and have a baby of her own, and now she's teaching in a Christian school.
Wow.
Grew up in a home that wasn't
great.
Christian. So it's like, you never know where God's going to touch you. That's what I think it's important for young people to realize. God's going to call you when you least expect it. You have to at least have your ears open.
And I think it's so neat that, in an age where there's so many reality television shows and there's so much gossip out there and wanting to be like celebrities or trying to find the perfect man or the perfect, style or look or anything, that they can just go and sit and read a fiction novel and their lives can change.
Rather than worry about having a boyfriend, worry about having the boyfriend God wants you to have. Because then it'll last. Even if it doesn't, it won't be violent and horrible and hurtful. And you'll learn about yourself instead of just learning about hurt, which is what too many young people are learning through relationships. They're not learning about love, they're learning about ouch.
So how do you develop one of your characters? I mean, if they're fiction, is it based on any reality that you've seen in your
don't
life?
Make me mad. That's what I tell all my relatives. Don't make me mad, you'll end up in a book.
Oh, no.
There's actually a T-shirt for sale in one of these catalogs I get that says that. Don't make me mad, you'll end up in my book. But yeah, a lot of people are in my books. I give them their proper names, and I also change their names. I change the guilty to protect them. But you basically have to come up with someone flawed who can grow and change and, find the Lord by the end of the story, or invigorate their relationship with
Hey,
him.
Marcus, I want to know why this is so heavy. I mean, what do you got, lead in here? I mean, how does Santa do it? You know what I mean? His chiropractor got to be making all kind of bucks. You gonna shut the door or what? Where do you want this?
His place, his place, his place.
You know, people are loving the show. They're loving the new show.
It's fun. A lot of fun. You having fun?
Great. I'm having a great time.
It's a lot of fun.
You know, we're getting into rhythm. Things are moving, and we've got a lot of special things that happen.
You know what's special?
What's special?
It's the characters.
You know what? That's right.
The characters are special. There's a special.
We have a very
special character right there,
very
isn't he?
special character. What is your name on the program, young man?
Walter Wiley.
And his name in reality is Doug.
He
and
loves to have
Doug
big
Webster.
hugs.
Yeah, he loves being hugged.
I don't like being touched.
Tell us about your character. They want to know.
Hard shell, but a sweetheart inside.
Hard
I don't
shell,
like
but
to be
a sweetheart
touched.
inside. So you're kind of like an
a Klondike.
M&M.
He's like a Klondike.
Klondike bar.
Yeah.
There you go. Can we
Oh.
say that? That's a Pittsburgh item.
Oh, that's
you know,
right.
that'll
Yeah,
confuse our people that aren't
Very
from
tasty, though.
Pittsburgh.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? His place, folks. It's a wonderful thing. We got wonderful people. Tune in. Where do they go?
You want to find out hisplace.tv, and you can tune into the program on the web through hisplace.tv, or you can watch it 9:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, I know you're not getting enough of me, so it's me again, but I want to tell you that you can make a real difference. See this coffee? It's called Hope Coffee, and this coffee literally helps to care for kids around the world. We want to send to you, maybe as a Christmas gift. Maybe you're thinking about what can I get as a very great Christmas gift? Well, for a donation of $37 to Cornerstone Television through the His Place program at hisplace.tv, you can go on to the Donate Now thing and just push that, say for $37, we'll send you the Hope Coffee, which is the direct trade coffee, which means that the farmers that farm it actually get the profits, and it also helps to take care of the kids literally around the world. And along with the coffee, we'll send you a His Place mug, so while you're sitting at home, you can enjoy your very own His Place Hope Coffee and in a His Place mug, just by giving your very best donation. If you could do that donation of $37, and we'll get it out to you before Christmas. You can maybe give it as a great Christmas gift. So hisplace.tv, do it today.
I mean, I cannot believe the response to Marcus's Magical Christmas. I mean, Sam even got her dad to pay for some toys, and he doesn't live anywhere close to the neighborhood where the toys are going to be distributed. This is crazy.
Well, you think you're the only one out there who wants to make an impact on people's lives?
Huh?
I mean, come on. You don't have to live next to somebody to care about them. It's a big world. You know what I mean, Marcus?
Yeah, I guess. I just underestimated how nice people can be, you know?
Well, you know, people playing that stuff out so they can be nice to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good thing, because, I mean, it's truly needed.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
this is
sure
incredible.
It is. You know, it is great. But you know what? Guess what else I brought?
What?
Guess.
Toy trucks.
Oh, man, you've been opening my gifts. Oh, man, you ain't right.
I guess
I gotta go get another
this
load.
guy makes a big difference.
Yes, he does, Tim. Yes, he is. He's a very humble man, but I'll tell you something. The students that come to the Teen Center, they love Jared. They really do. They look up to him, and they're just. He has a very good relationship with them because he talks with them, and he does spend time with them. And we were just talking here a second ago. What teens, I think, sometimes really want in life is they're looking for acceptance. They want acceptance. They also want love, or sometimes they don't get the love, so they want attention. And that's when sometimes they might do things to themselves to draw attention. But they're looking for attention and looking for love. Jared will give them attention.
It's not just me. We have a group of people that work
there's-
together with teenagers. This guy right here,
No.
yeah, I want to talk about you now. It's your turn.
Mutual Admiration Society. Is that what we're doing here?
There's just one guy. There's a young man that started coming to our church youth group because of the teen center, through the teen center, and he's really connected with Dave. And every week he comes, the first person he asks for, "Where's Dave? Where's Dave?" And really, that's really what we're trying to
Why have you
cultivate.
guys made this connection? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we've got this, once again, this whole generation, these teenagers that are looking for something. You know, we hear all the bad news about them, and they're looking for something. How have you guys made this connection?
Time, playing Uno with them, playing games with them, taking them someplace. Jared has all these games, what kind of games you call them?
Video
Jared?
games.
Video games. I'm used to the palm, Tim. Okay. But they'll sit and play with him. Jared's right with him. You can't find Jared sometimes, but he's right with him. So the kids are see that Jared's equal with them and he's spending time with them.
How are you able to, obviously you're able in some way to share Jesus with them, but how do you know the time's right? I mean, because some people, what we've done wrong in the past, in some situations, we've jumped right on kids and they're like, hang on, what's going on? You don't even have the right. How do you know the time's right?
It's just to me, it's just a feel. There's a young man who's been coming, and he said that he hasn't been happy for a long time until he was we went to a Pirates game. It wasn't because they won, we know that. But when we were coming back, he said he was the happiest he'd been in a long time because he was able to spend time with people they knew and care about. And through all what we've been trying to do, he actually has started coming regularly, and he used to be very angry with God. But because of just spending time with him, getting to know him, and accepting him for who he is, he's softened up a whole lot, and now he's started his relationship with God again. So
that's really cool.
It's just, I don't know, there's nothing rocket science about it, I don't think. It's just about connecting with people one-on-one in a relationship atmosphere.
I think sometimes what we miss is that Christianity really isn't about religion. It's not about the rules. It's not about the traditions, but it's about a relationship. And it's a relationship with God the Father through Jesus. But we've got to build that relationship with people because they don't know. Or a lot of these kids don't have a clue.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hey, Tim, something's wrong with the intercom. Louis is giving everyone double shots of espresso. The humanity.
Excuse me, guys.
Double.
So, Loree,
Louis, stop the double shots of espresso, please.
Well, in the old days, and I'm saying like the 60s, when the kids that are reading the books weren't even born yet, there were a lot of very preachy stories and stories that are about preachers' wives and, dust storms. And now readers are more demanding, especially Christian readers are more demanding because their stories used to be so fire and brimstone, and they're just tired of that. They wanted entertainment because they're working hard for their money.
Well, and it's neat that you can write about things other than vampires, other than Harry Potter. You have these things these are real people that these are stories about people that have inspired you along the ways, and they're flawed, and we can relate to those things.
What's funny is that the fiction changed, so I had to change the way I wrote fiction. And surprise, I changed as a Christian because I went from being one kind of writer to being another kind of a writer to being a Christian writer, even though there was Christian storyline in all of the stories. I wasn't writing as a true Christian because I wasn't really seeking God's guidance about the characters and the setting and the storyline and the conflict. And now that he's involved, and I like to say that, I open my laptop and he pushes the keys. Okay. He's just using my fingers, and I'm just kind of like God's tool. So, I should take better care of my hands, being that he's the one doing the typing for me.
Isn't it funny, though, that we have this desire that God gives us to do something, use one of our gifts or talents to say, hey, I want to change the world, for Jesus, but sometimes it works the other way.
You never know. You have to be ready, be open. That's why it's good to visit the Word every day, because you don't know what He has planned for you. And the more prepared you are, the more open you are to His Word, then the easier it'll go for you, because you're going where He tells you to go, whether you like it or not. So you might as well cooperate.
That's right.
So when He changed the storylines and increased the intensity, He increased my intensity as a Christian. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of really cool.
A good response from men. I mean, I know that women would probably be particularly drawn to romance novels, but how do the men respond?
Men love it. I'm surprised at how many letters I get from men. Just last week I got 3 letters from they read Zane Grey and they read Louis L'Amour Westerns, and since both of these books are historicals, I'm impressed to hear them say they're every bit as exciting and shoot 'em up cowboy kind of stuff as what they're used to reading in those books, which I didn't expect. So it was good. It wasn't part of my plan, but it was part of God's plan because He's reaching guys now too.
Well, I think it's neat that you can take stories from the Old West, that people are still interested in that. Like we said before, kids are interested in, the Twilight series or Harry Potter, but
cowboys are never going to go out of style.
Yeah.
I did a radio interview the other night, and I said to the lady, as long as cowboys wear blue jeans, and they've been wearing blue jeans for like a century, as long as they wear blue jeans, girls are going to like them. But guys like them too because they're tough, and they're strong, and they're clear-cut. and they're wholesome, and they stand up and do the right thing when it's tough. And that's all kind of stuff that goes into books, and that's what God wants from us. Stand up and do the right thing even when it's not easy. And that's, kids are learning some pretty cool things, I think. Thank goodness.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, we have got David Edwards, and he's playing for coffee, so we need to make sure that we get a lot more work out of him. No. We're so blessed to have him here, and give it up for David Edwards.
Your words rest deep within me, and it melts the doubts and fear, and I taste what is eternal when I'm here. Your spirit, oh, so tender, such comfort for my soul, and the peace I find is like I've never known. Here with you, I find what I have longed for. Here with you, I find that I'm at home. Here with you, I'm loved and held completely, and everything I need is here with you. Oh, your ways are astounding. How marvelous to see your ever constant faithfulness to me. And there's mercy never ending, amazing kindness shown, and you whisper, I will never be alone. And here with you, I find what I have.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this His Place. We had a great show and a great time, and we hope that you'll tune in for the next His Place when David Edwards will be back with us. We'll be talking with him a little bit more. If you want to find out more information about the guests that we had on tonight's program, go to hisplace.tv. We've got all the information there that you can find out. If you want to find out how you can get a mug and some coffee, you can go to hisplace.tv as well. Appreciate you tuning in for His Place. It's the show where the world comes for food for thought.